watching these matches with y'all. First match here is the Cyrax, and there's a bit of an issue with the D6. We'll see if the lobby holds its own today. It will be a test of character for my router. First exchange going to him. He's dragging his leg like an angry bull in the pen. That's what Justnasty looks like with this smoke. He looks mean and ferocious, but can hold back at a moment's notice. Read the opponent. Crazy reads, a little flex, why not? Get a little bit of cancels going. Carrying on to the right side of the screen, doing big wallops of damage. It just continues to stack on. Good press right there. Follow it through. The knife is going. The blade is going everywhere. The plus frames are just stacking. He finally decides to duck it. Now you're in the potential throw loop, where it gets tricky with Cyrax. I'll tell you what, that goop will definitely get you tilted over time. These resets are looking nice. This is where Cyrax thrives right now. Ice Armor is going to help it, though. Little poke gets Justnasty out of it. Let's get these scoreboards up on the stream in 1 second for y'all. Fight. Now we're cooking. Little lag spike, unfortunately, but that's the reality when you play Cyrax online. Disrespectful backhands and makes your router want to explode. Onto the corner now, Justnasty waiting for the opportunity to strike here. Not seeing it yet. Finally finds a little bit of an advancement here down to the right side of the screen. Picks up 2 teleports on top of it and swipes that blade down to take the victory. First round going to Justnasty on this fight here. After getting a little swaggy with it with the finish of tech, it was pretty impressive to see, I'm not gonna lie. 1-0 is the first one. We might have a little download waiting right here. The approach, couple backhands, but right back at him. Ends up catching him. This exchange working in the favor. Justnasty as he continues up. Little rebuttal though coming from LILDRE as he jumps in. Gets those bombs going like crazy as well. Keeps popping up. The freeze as well. Continuous pressure. And tech's out of the grab nicely. Pressing out of it to create some space. Justnasty on the approach. Goes with some plus frames right into more pressure, but that cancel seeing right through it. You're unfortunately going to be at the tail end of this beautiful bombo combo here. Stack up this. Little bombs keep going though. Swift leg kicks follow through to create huge amounts of damage that just stacks into a fatal blow for Justnasty, forcing the breaker out. 100 between the two fighters here. Beautiful hit right there. Getting that first round for himself. Big lead as well.
Round 2. Fight.
Send those legs all sorts of directions. Not going to have it though. Tech's out of the grab. Couple presses one more time. Tech fest here. Pressures under the corner. Armor's right through it though. Sees him. Says, I'm going to meet you with the bomb directly in the middle of the screen. Get gooped up. Get the bombs going. This is a wallop of pain that LILDRE is going to be hosting right here. Nasty finds a little bit of space though. Gets sub off. Flexes a tad as well. But now the invisible mix comes out. What do you do in this scenario here? Immediate pressure. Unfortunately, for Justnasty, he's going to be stuck with all of that goop up on him. The bombs continue on too. This is not where you want to be in this situation here. And Nasty right back at you with 30 HP. Is he going to seal it up? Might as well. And he does it with a big fat wallop of damage, and it keeps on stacking up past the finish of the screen as a little rebuttal, a reminder to know that I am him. I don't know how long that has been on the screen, but it is on the screen right now. Carried on right now into the Pyramid, my personal favorite stage of this tournament here. A couple flexes, Justnasty getting himself going. The plus frames stack up, the cancels goes on to more pressure, and when does it gonna stop is the question. That's a grab, flips him out to the right side of the screen on the approach. Ends up getting stuck dead in time into a throw loop as well. And it doesn't stop here. The bombs just create this mind game that you have to be cognizant of. You can't sit still for too long. All they're trying to do is just to get you to move. And it's another way to just, you have to play that mind game on top of itself. So if they want you to move to a certain spot in the screen, then where can you do that effectively? Where can you do that where you won't get countered and play right into Cyrax's game? That's the tricky part here. Look at this. Got the ice armor. This goes straight into plus frames for him. Tex right out of that grab. No problem at all. 250 HP between them. Slight lead in favor of Justnasty. Spending that fatal blow, going right through the gaps. Not safe enough on block, and this should be a round for LILDRE. Did they not drop it? No problem at all. And sets up for the corner nicely.
You will not win. Round 2.
Splits the distance with a big old overhead, ends up getting gooped up. And it don't stop here. The pressure continues. Tex out of the grab. There you go. Bomb over the head. Making the advancement on there. And the frozen in time LILDRE just stuck in a relentless pressure of Justnasty's smoke, and when he is feeling it, it just does not stop. He finds the opportunities to pull off crazy shit like this, and it just doesn't stop happening. The perfect way to close out that round. An effective 313 he'll drop on LILDRE's head. On set point right now to advance on to the semifinals. Become a potential two-time champion. The accolade, a Discord role, all the money in the world that you could ever want. All down in the hands of Justnasty. Could he win this? But LILDRE showing some signs of life. Striking at him now. With the goop too. This is actually a really good setup. This might force him to actually use Breaker here. This is quite good. Smacks him upside the head with the bomb. A little kick away. Wipe that blade around. Shoulder charge dropping on him now. Carries forward down into the corner with a little bit of room to breathe here. It's not in dire straits exactly. You're at an even health lead. Only thing is the bar you have to worry about here. Tex out of it. Just can't get stuck or grouped up or anything, because that is the game for you. They're trying to go with a little projectile game here, trying to split the distance immediately. Does he have enough room to do it? Traps him with the bomb too. An excellent catch and going straight into fatal blow. What a hell of a way to seal off that game. Avoid set point and clutch it. Shout out to LILDRE for taking that one. That was very, very well played, like Accurate just put in the chat there. 2-1, and we got a set on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Nasty. It stopped dead in his tracks by Cyrax of all characters. Pop forward. Fun. Welcome in. Frozen in time, little teabag, and walks back a second. Cancels out for more pressure. Nasty ain't gonna stop here. Says, do you have amnesia? Are you forgetting that I'm him? finally enough is enough. The breaker comes out. Nasty says right back at you. Keeping on with the damage, and it's just a one-sided affair for that first round to showcase a smoke for damn sure. Up 2-1 on the set. He's rolling with the lead, and a group is a great way to start it off. Gets the bomb and the teleport too. We got a game. Still riding with a big health lead right now, and right into a throw loop. Is this going to be a breaker for Justnasty? We will see. Even set him up quite nicely. These bomb setups are working out very effectively. Almost create some distance between the two of them, but it's not the case right now. Those legs are fluttering. Back into the air on the other side of the screen. He gets a good mix going, and for the grab, puts him right in between Sub-Zero. Hold on a second. Down to conversion. Nicely done. On the shoulder drop, you continue on with plus frames on top of it. You cannot duck that move at all, and you're just stuck blocking. Ends up taking it. 3-1 is the score of that set. Justnasty will take the victory there and advance on to the semifinals for this tournament. Thank you very much, LILDRE, for coming out here today. Sandwich is just raw. I'm glad he got the breaker off right there. That was just going to be an endless barrage of damage there. Hold on, I'm still here, everybody, just so you know. I am in the flesh. I am in the flesh here.
Round 2. Fight.
There we go. Get that all set up now. Makes me happy. Breaker forced out there for LUISYAMET, but he's right back at him, throwing the random ball roll of destruction. You think Kenshi versus Melina, what do you think about this matchup? You have enough trouble fighting both of these guys as they have this wild X factor of, you know, perhaps mashing or just... Not mashing, that's mainly Melina's on wake up. They'll just be pressing buttons sporadically. But they both have their gimmicks. I think that Kenshi is a lot tougher to fight against just because of this blue ghost right here. You can't seem to do anything that breaks armor consistently, and it just looks too easy. It just looks too easy, or does Compa just make it look that easy with the 1-0 lead on the set? Over there. Big shout out to you. Welcome into the stream. Happy to have you here as well. Big T.O. Make sure you shoot them a follow. We're welcoming in them to this fight with a Latin battle, it seems. LUISYAMET has been really impressing me with this Melina, popping into a lot of these tournaments. Fresh face in the scene, have not seen them compete too much, but they've been showing up and showing out every week and putting on a hell of a show. Not able to close the gap though and finally get to the finals, but these two have met before at the tail ends of brackets several times, and now they meet early on to see who can knock each other out at a moment's notice. This bracket has been very, very stacked. Grateful to have the competition that we have here today. It's fantastic to see. On the return though, J-Glaive in the mix of all that, throwing those boots, the ball roll, the pressure, it just doesn't stop Luis. You got one more hit to take off of Kenshi. He can't get too ballsy. He's still got the breaker. He's still going to spend Fatal Blow and rob you with 6 HP. He gets the conversion too. That is nasty work right there.
I am on the right path. Round 2. Fight.
On the rebuttal, charging up that drop, and no avail. Ends up going for the J-Glaive instead. Right back at him again, continuing this combo on for some big damage. He gets 330 and then some more. 358. He drops on him. A little more overhead checks too. Pressure's on. Compa trying to create a little bit of space here. Central was out. You have to eat this. Now what's the approach to get out of here. Ends up still getting hit, forces the breaker out of him on fan lift. Still up close and personal. Remember, Sento is not in the equation right now. Allows Luis to breathe a little bit. It's a shame when you have Sento out, but you're not hitting anybody with it, it becomes a huge weakness. So you can create that space, separate from them, and the only thing you really have to look out for is a lot of his normals, and, you know, of course, him throwing the sword at you, too. So it keeps you on your toes, but it also is a good way to create openings against him, too, when you create some space between him and that damn ghost. We'll check him down below, swiping that blade around. He looks at him now, slams him with 238 damage, another big old hit. He goes with Sub-Zero to continue this on, big old boot. Big wave coming through. Now the ball roll splitting the distance. Really playing some serious mind games right now to create openings against them. This is a good way to get your health lead back. He still has the breaker 2 on the side switch. And she just doing relentless damage as he drops a big fat 450 on his head. Not even using Fatal Blow, it seems. He says enough, uses that Fatal Blow. I'm sorry, his teleport to get around it. On the fan lift, he goes to seal the game with one more hit. What it seems like from both of these guys at this point after this grab, it's down to the wire. The ball roll charged up. He just says, I'm going to jump away and hit you with a big old boot. Compa seals it with that swift anti-air. It makes it happen. Goes up 2. We go to the tea house for this fight. Compa immediately lays down the law. Swiping that blade all sorts of directions. 319, he drops on him. Continues the pressure. As he goes now, it is just an endless barrage of Sento. That's half your life just taken from you. Doesn't seem to stop here. And it just seems to finally come to a conclusion. An absolute flawless from Compa. Can they hit a double flawless against him? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen it against the Kenshi, because that's usually how it ends up when I end up playing him. But at the very least, this is creating a little bit of room to breathe here. A small cushion of lead that is slowly diminishing with every ball roll. He's doing really good here, keeping him locked down. Luis is really good with the pressure as he goes. Oh, but Sento is back out into the equation here. Smacks him up. The blade is swiping all around. And he has a 20% lead on top of him. Luis, looking on the brink of elimination, succumbs to a quick fatality, baby. It is a 3-0 sweep in the favor of Compa. Pretty damn good. It's going to be entertaining to see what he can pull off, and he gets crazy mixed with Ghostface as well. A great opener. He gets Scorpion involved too. It's an endless casino. It's endless pressure. And giving Baraka a taste of his own medicine is something I will definitely be standing for as well. Wiping those blades around, more pressure to be had. He keeps getting them. Finally with a good little wake-up press. SHAO creates separation between them two. Although they meet in the air, he gets the conversion as well. No Scorpion to continue this on. We'll see what he gets for damage here. Pops him up, and he just absolutely splits the distance with him with the correct killer as well. Little low poke and more pressure to be had. Overhead not going to work. Jump in. Doesn't spare a minute to continue this endless barrage of damage, stacking up and collecting all these chips to the very end. He is just doing the most right now to keep him locked down until CYPOLE creates a little bit of space. I'll tell you what, CYPOLE is going to be competing at Texas Showdown coming up on here, and I cannot wait to see him compete in person. See what this rocker can do. He SHAO with the teabags of destruction there, and obviously it's all fun. I gotta get my my Pyrrhix impression down to He's out of voice chat recently, so I'm trying to give him a little bit of justice. But when he played Baraka, he made some really funny noise. I don't know. That's what he sounded like. Gets him popped up and juggled for a huge combo. This is great corner pressure from CYPOLE. Smacking D-SHAO upside his head. The pressure don't stop though, and neither does CYPOLE. He just continues to get him chipped up. CASIINO comes into the mix, but hold on a second. It ain't over.
Round 2. Fight.
With a great opener right there. He just knows how to get this machine going. CYPOLE keeping him locked down. D-SHAO doesn't know what to do. Until right now, Settle Spirit Grab gets Scorpion involved too, and it's the first sign of life we've seen from him all game. Really got to shake the momentum right here and get the right mix, and he gets the first conversion right there. Force and breaker. The good old shoulder drop. The good old poke special of Baraka. Merchant. And he just gets the first armor break right there for himself. This puts him at a great position. 15%. Does he go for a grab? Seal it off. It's getting risky. Up close and personal. SHAO definitely going to be able to convert this one. See what he gets off of it. Onto the other killer now. Decides I'm going to go for the mix instead and actually hits it with a teleport on top of it. 1-1 with the lead. See if he can make it 2-0 if he keeps up this pressure. Great way to kick that one off. You got Scorpion in there too. And now SHAO back with a little rebuttal. Drops for a second here, but just continues on. It really knows how to lay down the law. 18% left to take care of him. And with one little poke to the gut, SHAO ends up taking the second game, going up 2-0 against CYPOLE with some little teabags, you know, just a little friendly gesture. Promoted too, going 3 straight from what I heard. Or is that going to be the case for CYPOLE this time? We will see. Got his first opener. Now he's stacking up the chips. 30% on his head, and then some more breaker forced out on the approach. SHAO trying to get him going. CYPOLE says no way. We're going to get these plus range rocking and rolling. This pressure ain't going to end. Rocking endless barrage of chip damage. But SHAO is having no problem creating openings right here. With 30% to spare, CASIINO covering up some of the gaps there, but the teleport really locks him down. More swipe puts SHAO at that point. This sends CYPOLE out of the bracket to go on to the semifinals. Remember, SHAO is the tournament champion as well. This was one of the first fight nights I ever hosted. And of course, his trusty SHAO WoW team he still runs to this day. Smacking those blades all kinds of directions. 352 he puts on him. Forces him out. CYPOLE trying his best here to do what he must to make the comeback happen, to stay alive for another day, another fight, another match. Or is SHAO just gonna say, no way, we're cutting to the chase here? It's what's meant to be pretty. I got a 3-0 you, brother. CYPOLE showing some signs of life. Into the corner, this is his time to cook. And right through all the madness, SHAO finds out where to press there. It takes this set. A 3-0 sweep for Mr. D-SHAO going over CYPOLE with some choice teabags right there. Of course, no shame in that whatsoever. And we'll hit a fatality too.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
Fatality. Ghostface wins. Round 1. Fight.
Good way to open things up. The Mexican Johnny Cage just gets this machine rolling. Noob Saibot, a great opponent, a hell of a neutral that he can play, control the pace from what seems like any side of the screen, especially with Janet. Good up block though for CASIINO. This is very hyped to start off the bat, and just an immediate, hold on a second, getting him locked down. Not worried about that, goes straight for a low, takes it away from his hands. BWood gets that first round swiftly. Looking good with this noob. This is a really hyped team to see right here. Noob Janet, of course, such good. You get full screen checks, you get amazing pressure, and then Mr. Cage, very fast paced, the plus frames, the shimmies, everything that he has in store really keeps this matchup interesting. There's a hell of a lot of matchups here he has to deal with, but we have to see if this is the case for him now. But this is a tough one. Ooh. Oh my goodness, BWood, you're leaving me speechless here. I don't know what to say. Demonic tech right here to see, and he just gets the brutality on top of it. Just a flex. This is crazy. Let me watch what happened on that exchange. That was just absolutely wicked. That's half of the health. Big shadow kick right off the bat on the jump and empty jump rather. Back. BWood creating a little bit of space, goes for the armor. 4 lows in a row. Ends up getting this combo off of it too. Building up the fat. It seems like 330 on top of him. And then some more. Opening up Mr. Johnny Cage. And the damage keeps stacking. 40% separating the two. The pressure is back on, and BWood seals that round off with a huge lead. Barely taking a scathe on that one as he goes into the second game with a lot more confidence. It was becoming a dogfight initially. CASIINO now showing some signs of life. Movado continuing on the pressure. You get a lot of good setups with that Movado trap from Mr. Cage, and then at the time you can convert off the shadow kick as well. Couple boots. Knee hitting him there. It's a standstill. Pressure, the low check separates the two. 40% between these two guys, inching closer and closer. As they are at a weird standstill. Couple presses between these two. And now, getting him stopped dead in his tracks with Janet just finishes the job. BWood is running with this one. It is a 2-0 lead at the moment, and it just looks like it's all in the hands of BWood. CASIINO. Good way to open up your opponent is right here. Not wasting any time. BWood continuing the pressure on. Forces breaker between the two of them. 40% left. Look at this. Oh my goodness, BWood. It just seems like he has total control of like everything that's going on in the screen. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Noob can just really make you feel like that. Especially after every press, it seems like he's calling Janet. And it just doesn't stop. CASIINO with a great way to stop things right here, though. The good old Homelander coming back out. He didn't want to bring it out on this first game, or seeing how far he could take it against the good old noob of BWood. Good old grab there as well. Takes 110 health away from him. The Milklander comes back, and maybe, just maybe, this might be in the hands of CASIINO. We'll see. Goes straight through. Cuts the distance. The barrage is backed up. 180 damage taken away from him. He goes back on. Pharaoh with the conversion again. Adding the pressure on. And the lasers make their appearance. Everything followed into place. neutral duck right there. CASIINO, dude, just coming right back to life really kept me astonished right now that they're pulling this one together. Going up 2-1 and coming back a little bit. Maybe get a little nervous
Sign
here.
of life, and he
got
goes straight to SHAO sector too. No joke at all what this team can do.
Little rebuttal comes out though for BWood as he gets the axe slam down. Haymakers are being thrown. And this is just Homelander's worst nightmare. They're going to tell you that BWood wins this matchup. BWood, he would beg to differ. He's had enough trouble with this damn character. Haymakers being thrown right now. Low poke between the two. Overhead landed. More damage gets stacked up. I'm good now. Well, BWood slamming the axe back down. He goes with a couple more swift swipes of the axe, and CASIINO with a little rebuttal of his own. Uses those lasers and forces the breaker between him. BWood letting it rip. Hits him with the fatal blow. We're going to watch this cutscene for damn sure. Fatal blow, even though it's nerfed, it's down, but it's not out. That's for sure. All right, coming on to this next round here. BWood has the lead, set in the palm of his hands. Can he seal it off here? To go in to the semifinals, it comes down to this moment here. Overhead landed. Big smacks of the axe going everywhere. You never know what you're going to get here. Axe slamming back down again. Oh, he goes cut through him like a knife. Axe slam one more time here from BWood. Puts him at 70 HP. Right through it, though, to stay alive. Right in the brink of death. 70 HP. The rocket coming back up. It's looking grim. How does he make this approach? Waiting patiently. Trying to see if he can get the right check. The diabolical dash does get landed. He gets Farrah into there as well. Put him into the corner. One more read. Gets a little movement, but BWood not biting. Finds room to press. The turbo bags come out as well. What do we have here? What do we have here? Is it a toxic fest, or is there lore I'm not getting? 3-1 is the score on this set right here as he goes in to a hell of a matchup between these two guys, and happy to have this one for y'all here today. Making their way through the bracket, going 2-0 each so far, not dropping a game yet. BWood looking very clean throughout this game. Facing an opponent like Justnasty could definitely set the tone. But a great opener right here to swipe this blade around. Gets the freeze of a lifetime. Stuck dead in his tracks. And with some more smoke cancels while he's invisible, where does the pressure end? He just goes right on top of him there. And now he is stuck in this barrage of smoke damage. But BWood's right back at him again. What is the move here? It's ice cold veins between these two fighters. Finally finding some room to press. Nervous. Yeets him down to the left side of the screen. 35 seconds. BWood gets smacked down from that karambit. From full screen, Justnasty taking the first round on this set. Little poke between them. Gets those plus frames stacked up. Breaks armor too. Converts. Now he's cooking. Stacking plus frames and then canceling on top of it. Really baiting the movement. He first ducked, and on the first duck, he doesn't get the right timing. So now that he saw that he's going to try to duck it, he got the timing down, he decides to change it up. It's his time to strike, and he ends up paying the ultimate cost. Only taking 3 HP out of him that round. It is 1-0 for Justnasty on that. Well, up to 1-0 on this set here. He gets the first answer when they meet up close and personal. No problem at all getting him smacked down. Good up block right there, creating a little bit of room. Frozen in time. Like I said, it reminds me of like an angry bull in a china shop. How Justnasty making this approach in neutral. BWood right up close to him now with the SHAO team that we haven't seen in quite a while. He usually runs it Wow, nice neutral duck from Justnasty there. To have a little bit more damage to stack up a little armor there. Now he is advancing, swiping the blade around like crazy and smacks him down, takes him with 40 seconds on the clock. Justnasty's playing a great game right now. Pressure follows through with Kano knives, and BWood continues to just throw absolute bombs and haymakers, stacks 370 damage on him on the wake-up press. He gets more too. 247 he puts up on him. Justnasty gets a beautiful combo, but a slight interruption if nothing is guaranteed. As 20 HP goes down to 0, Mr. BWood puts him up in the corner. Sitting out down in a set right now. He's got to play his game right here to get himself going. Maybe baiting some movement here. Faking that he has a controller outage. I say to hell with it. You go straight in. Free damage is free damage, man. Picks him up. Now creating some movement. Good neutral jump right into the overhead. Catch some movement from Justnasty. Another overhead check. He's starting to fall victim to him. This blade swiping around like crazy too. The axe slam is down. The follow through. A little poke between these guys. Command grabs the axe. Justnasty seeing the vision though. He's got a long way to go to make the miracle happen. What's his approach to this? They're looking at each other. Justnasty trying to see if he can create something, but BWood just going straight in for the grab anyways, seals the deal. You hate to see games end like that. You don't want to end a game in a grab. It's almost against what you're told. 1-2. Little low presses between them, kicks the legs up, finds some room to breathe. BWood into the corner now, catches him with the ice clone. Justnasty creating some space with the good old ice clone trap. It's a very easy thing to catch SHAO's pressing. You just have to wait. Invisible now. The mix gets him. Justnasty on the side switch as well. Sets up nicely to try to get the lead in this set. First round falling in favor to Justnasty here. Full screen laser check. Gets the axe going a little bit. Now with these guys at a weird standstill. See who ends up taking this one. Taking out his toes. And just throwing walloping haymakers into the corner. BWood rolling with the lead now. Another big old press. As he gets the axe slam right up on his head. Another hit taken away from him. Gives the round lead back to BWood. As the momentum shifts once again. Good swipe of the blade. Axe is down. This is where the mix gets crazy. Good situation here for BWood to put some pressure on, especially without the axe. You have so many good options you can roll with. Smacked him down. Tried to get him with an overhead there again, but the Sub-Zero cameo call out just keeps the pressure alive. Doesn't allow BWood to press there, so he's stuck on block. Ends up getting the best of the situation, though. He sits out full screen, big lead in his hands. Ready to play for time. Sitting at 80% on top of him, but he knows he has to finish the job. And that's very similar to the way I saw Justnasty approaching this, like a lot of the smoke matchups, was kind of waiting for people to go right in and then dive on top. It's a good way to play smoke when you can read movement like that. With 30% separating the two. We're at a standstill. Trying to get him with the stand 2 in the air, just not going to land it there. BWood stays true to his game, patiently waiting, finds the opening there too. After the clock drags out, takes the lead in the set, going up 2-1 on the Sundow Festival in daytime with 80 seconds hitting the clock. Justnasty right back at him though. Building his lead. Drops 20% between him. The Kano knives follow through. Using that axe slam down. A little spike, but he still hits the combo. Following through. Axe slam down once again. Justnasty found a little room to press. It's still close though. Pressure back on him. Starting to create some openings here. BWood sees right through it though. Good poke to stop him dead in his tracks. 20% lead as that dwindles down more and more. Justnasty up close and personal with no knife to spare, it seemed. I don't know if the ceramic glitch or if he truly didn't have it. Round falls in the favor of BWood. As he goes on to set point to go on to the grand finals, we will see right here. The blender gets activated, swiping the legs from underneath him. The damage stacks up as well as he pops him down. And one more time, what do we have here? We have Justnasty on a good barrage. He got invincible mix, but you can stop dead in his tracks. BWood on the closing moments, looking to take the set right now. Holding true to his game. Little low poke into the grab. Gonna flip him out to the other side. Very low HP. Justnasty has a long way to go, and he sees right through it. Goes with the low option there. BWood taking the set in a 3-1 victory over Justnasty. That was a hell of a game right there. These two guys, Kenshi has the Sento sandwich activated. Now SHAO playing a hell of a good SHAO team. But I was surprised to see he wouldn't bring out Ghostface first for this. I don't know what, who really hurts here in the Kenshi matchup, but if it's worse off for Mr. SHAO, or is it worse for Ghostface is the question. I think SHAO might suffer a little bit more in this because, well, he has no mid. SHAO has no mid. Only thing you can do is either down one or armor him, but even armoring on Kenshi is kind of iffy. It's very risky. It can just get broken as well, and that's definitely no fun. SHAO on the approach. Compa steading dead in his tracks. Now keeping it interesting. We'll see who makes the run here. BWood slamming the axe down right through. Armor's right through the gap. Now slamming him down once again. He goes for the jump in. Stop him for a second on the other side of the flip-flops. It goes for his toes anyways. SHAO with the haymakers of a lifetime. Holding patiently, goes right through him with the big armor. SHAO keeping it interesting for sure, and these guys are gaming. Compa on the Sento sandwich, now separating SHAO from his health bar completely. One more swipe of the blade, and that takes it off. SHAO falls victim to Compa for this first fight here. Kenshi is a demon you gotta deal with. And we'll see if SHAO, he'll beat you up listening to Hollaback Girl. Like, Kompa's on a big tear right here, getting out Sento, no problem at all. Sub-Zero, of course, the killer assist cameo with this one. The Sento sandwich is active, you gotta deal with this. Fresh here. And it follows through for more chip damage. SHAO finds a little bit of room to press, doesn't fully commit to anything though. Breaker forced out to allow SHAO to go on the offensive here. On the jump around, uses the Sento to assist with some of that. Pardon me. On the jump in, they keep switching back, falling victim to it. Eventually succumbs to the Lao hat, but it's not over. At a standstill. These guys are just dogs. Finally finding enough room to kill him. Compa with the killer move. Round 2 starting here now, and after he jumps over the Lao hat, they're both at a standstill trying to create some movement. You just think that he would make more callouts with Sub-Zero to try to get the freeze off more often, or how he plans to keep SHAO off of him is just very interesting. It's very erratic movements. This is just crazy. But down 2 is just that is definitely D-SHAO playing up close and personal, trying to feel each other out. The movement. What SHAO will, typically do in a SHAO out player is they'll, throw the Lao cameo out with a jump over and, maybe land an overhead or something like that, or perhaps use it for combo extensions just like that we just saw. And SHAO continues to not drop, gets a reset enough to take care of it, goes to a final round. Down on the set, but not out at all. Well, maybe now he might be, but it's just Sento, man. That's just Sento, it's not him. The damage stacks up, and it just doesn't seem to stop. He gets the resummon with Sento, keeps him on block. SHAO trying to find some room to get out of this pressure, but the Sento sandwich just doesn't stop at all. Puts him down with 140 HP to spare. The chip damage just doesn't stop. He doesn't have any room to press, and he ends up succumbing to more or less the Sento sandwich that you can't escape. 2-0 lead on the set. That was just a massacre. Good opener right there. Bro's getting absolute diddled. Yeah, it's just Kenshi, man. When you have a solid Kenshi who doesn't drop, it's just, bro, if you get that sandwich off, there's nothing you can do about it. Look at that, and the resummon too for more pressure. Keeps SHAO into the corner. Back following through. More damage to be had. It just locks him into no man's land on set point. In a very scary showing for Compa, making it look easy against D-SHAO, the mid with killer mix, and Compa not dropping any of this quite yet. Follows through. The damage is stacking. And in between them lies Ghostface, who's just stuck in this endless blender, a barrage of damage that just doesn't seem to stop. 20% dwindles down to 80, and it's looking grim for D-SHAO, and he gets the last swipe of the blade off there and takes care of him. A 3-0 sweep for Compa on this one to advance on to the grand finals one more time. We're gonna see who can take enough of that. We got a great one on our hands here. We're gonna see how BWood approaches the Kenshi matchup. It's a very tough one to deal with that we have just seen. And it doesn't help that he just had a great warm-up, I should say, into this one here. But BWood running SHAO sector, of course, a little bit different. Keeps Kenshi on block a lot more as well. Gio, what flavor? How do I say this? Grass flavored. Stuck in a Sento sandwich with the blender between him, takes care of the last little bit of health, and he takes the first lead in the set. Going out to Compa. Let's see if it's another 3-0 sweep. Can he do it again? Just running through this bracket. It seems like with these, BWood not gonna go down without a fight though, for damn sure. Stomping on the toes of each of these guys. Kenshi gets the Sento sandwich activated. Now the pressure is alive and well. Stacks up nicely for 377. Make sure to do predictions in the chat. Who do you think's gonna win this? You're seeing it now. Could he make the comeback here? BWood slamming the axe down, gets the conversion into fatal blow as well. That was lethal. Separating the two of them. Maybe, just maybe, BWood will steal this game from the hands of Compa. We will see. Frozen in time. He gets Sento out. And that does not spell a good result for him. Holding block patiently. Waiting for the right time to strike. Ends up going for the armor. Sector Rocket following through. Gives him some time to breathe. PC always lags on intros. Yes, it does. But I think it has to do with the 60 FPS thing. Overhead slam down. Couple knees and the rocket following through. Gets the toes. Knows that that is the true answer to that cameo call. Full advantage of the situation here. Goes out. Wake up for fatal blow. Doesn't get it off. BWood finally seals the deal with one last press. Doesn't fall victim like the SHAOs before him. It goes up 1-0 on this to finish the job in a true Combat League set in his eyes. Or is Compa going to make this really entertaining and go tit for tat with him? We will see who will take this one here. Haymakers are thrown off the bat. Little low poke and some more pressure right back in his face. Immediate swings to the blades are coming down. Axe slam back at him too. With more pressure comes more and more pain. Keeping him smacked down, ripping the axe right out. 317, he drops on him. Not at all. Round down in this set. He needs to make it happen. Compa making sure he can save it and become a two-time, but it's just so tough when you got to deal with Sector and SHAO when he is just leaving you on wake up, constantly guessing it. You really feel like you're not making any of the right decisions. And I can't say I feel bad for Kenshi either, because I don't. Because he gets Sento off, and then that's basically 40% before you know it. And then some more, 438. Using that knee right through him. Good pickup here. Well, Sento out again. Good rejection. Stuffs him. Back slam back down. From downtown. Using the Sector Rocket. He gets a little bit of movement there. Little standing 2 press to keep him away. Oh. Hold on a second. Compa with a beautiful conversion right there. Oh my god. How did he get fatal blow off that? Just on a walk up. So you know what? I'm gonna let it rip. Steals that round right from BWood. Makes it very interesting in the grand finals to stay alive. We'll see with BWood with a round up right now. Doesn't want to fall victim to any more gimmicks like that. You can't let it happen to you. If it ain't Sento with another bullcrap strategy. I'm just kidding. Compa made a great play right there. Now with Sento back out. The blender activated. Chopping him up. And slicing him. 355. He drops on him now. More chip damage to be had as he goes. He just continues on. Does not let off the gas one bit here. Good swipe of the blade. The knees keep flying. And the pressure don't stop. He just keeps grinding and keeps building up this damage. 427 he puts on him now. Taking out the legs from underneath him. Slamming that hammer down and putting down some work. BWood trying to close it out. Forcing him to make the approach. Waiting for him to get into standing 2 range, and he will just take him right out with that. On the jump around. Gets Sento activated, though he drops the tail end of it. He has the breaker now. He's going to let it rip. 100 HP on both of these guys. Sector Rocket just creating a little bit of space, but there's just not enough room to breathe. Compa ends up stealing that one, bringing it up 2. 1-1 on the set. We have a game on our hands. So Compa is slight favorite in this one. As far as people, they went 1 person each on each of these guys here. So it's very, very up for grabs. Seeing who could take it. I would definitely put this at a true 50-50. Smacking him down. He goes for the big old Sento call out that we know and love so much. Chopping him up one more time. Slicing him. 20% separating the 2. Slamming him back down with the axe. And then some more. Stomping on toes. Proceeds to continue
with just a bombardment of damage. Slices him up with the hat. It doesn't stop going. Compa gets a grab in there. Still a long way to go to get this lead back. And BWood not letting up any amount of space here with 30 seconds to go. Really forcing him to make the approach, and first hit falling victim to it. And patiently waiting. Falls victim to a grab. 15 seconds on the clock. It dwindles down. Settles for the LAO cameo to finish the job. Puts him at a round lead. One step closer to winning the whole thing. Compa really feeling out the spacing on him. Doesn't want to approach. It's basically a game of who wants to move in first, and BWood really waiting every second here and not fighting just yet, or maybe trying to feel out the movement and seeing if he can get him just to overcommit just a tad. Trying to zone him out with LAO and a couple other projectiles from a distance. This is a very interesting way to appreciate or approach Kenshi. He just doesn't want to get too close, because the second you get close and he gets sent to off, it's over. So force him to approach you, and you'll be able to play your game at SHAO a lot more. Seems to be working for him too. Neutral jump is crazy. Doesn't bite at all though. Compa with the patience. The LAO hat coming in there, and Kenshi says, I have something for you too. Full screen. Backpedaling carefully. Forcing him to make the approach now. 8 seconds are on the clock, and he just goes straight in, finding the perfect time to use that standing two. 5 seconds are left. And he has that LAO hat as a good little barrier. Doesn't have to worry about any of that with the big old down two on that fatal blow screen. We will watch a replay of that all day. Ends up taking this 2-1, so going one step closer to taking the whole thing, becoming a 6-time So he said, why bother? Let me just zone him. I'll keep him out, and then the second he overcommits, I got him with the standing two. He's not going to be able to hit me. Now, what's crazy is Compa needs a gimmick or something like that to get over it, because you got to be able to split the distance or check him somehow, because he's not finding room here. It's easier said than done, of course. I can't imagine playing Kenshi in the first place, but popping through, BWood's just stacking up all the chips to lead up to a massive stack of damage here on a near flawless on that first round. To close it out on tournament point, here we go for BWood on round number 2 in the Tarkatan Colony. Trying to start it off, gets the axe slam back down. The pressure's alive and well, and this is where SHAO's blender just absolutely feasts. A couple haymakers being thrown, axe slam all around him. Up close and personal, goes for another one, and the command grab too. .440 he has on him now. Not much health. There's a hope and a dream and a slight chance, but BWood knows he doesn't have to make the approach. Now it's about time. He's gonna hold back a little bit, bait the movement in, and ride out the clock. You don't have to play the game. You don't have to bite. You don't have to approach or do nothing. You can just sit and do this all day. Because the second he approaches, Kenshi ain't gonna do nothing to you but that. A little bit of a standstill here. 30 seconds as that clock dwindles down to 30 seconds. About 20% of health, and he's just eating these trades every single time. And it's definitely looking grim for Compa. BWood in these closing moments. With 15 seconds, he sees Sento staring right at him. He's going to need a perfect mix, and with 10 seconds, it almost happened right there, and it very well could be something here to even out the health lead. He spends that fatal blow. With 5 seconds to go, I wonder what this health lead will be at this point. That's quite interesting of an opening, though. Not enough to kill. And the lead's still in the favor, back in the favor of Compa at this point. Now approaching him, SHAO. He almost had his toes stepped on, but playing the full 90 seconds, every bit of it. Ends up taking that game. BWood right back at him, forces the breaker. An absolute chess match. This is a strategical fight, man. Overhead almost landed. Goes straight for the command grab there. And landing it. Put 17% on him. That health is dwindling down. Looking grim again for Compa, but in this situation last time they were able to pull through, but now at this point you're facing a bigger health lead, an angrier SHAO, and a lot more problems you got to deal with here. Feeling him out in neutral. He spaces out just enough to not get hit by any of those big fat presses that SHAO has, but now the Sento sandwich is activated. You're in the corner and you have a really good chance to do some damage here. See what BWood's approach is. It's just staying patient on blocking. Now flipping over to the other side. Carries over with more Sento pressure. Armor's right through. Still has that breaker though on the jump around. It's getting very close for him now to stay alive. His back is absolutely against the wall here. And he just ends up getting grabbed and yeeted right at the screen in a glorious way to become the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. The what? The what? Dare I say it? Dare I say BWood is the newest 6-time champion for Geo's Fight Night? Congratulations to BWood for taking this one.